Well, thank you, Lyndsey, for coming in today. And I know you were talking with me about different aspects of your life that you wanted to look at. And, wellness coaching really helps you look at all aspects of your life. And what we often find is that it's not just diet and exercise, it's all kinds of things that affect every aspect of your life. So I know you'd mentioned before that one of your goals really is to, kind of feel like you're in charge of attaining and maintaining a healthy weight level. Could you tell me a little more about that for you?
Yes. Growing up, I was always told I'm beautiful. So
Mm-hmm.
I really didn't look at my weight as an issue. Of course, from peer interactions and things of that nature, when I got outside of my household, of course it was brought to my attention that I was a little heavier than everyone else.
Peers like to do that, don't
Right,
they?
they do. So, when I really started looking at myself, I was like, wow, I want to lose weight and then it was kind of directed towards them a little because I wanted to show them, just because I'm bigger does not mean I'm less than any one of you. Right. So I wanted to do it for them, but it wasn't working. I couldn't, I would say, I'm going to work out, I'm going to eat better, but I wasn't doing it. It was just, I was saying it. So then I got to a point where I was like, okay, seriously, Lyndsey, like, are you going to be big for the rest of your life? You're either going to accept that or you're going to try to get smaller and see if you can accomplish it. So I started eating better. I didn't really know what eating well was at the time because my parents are overweight also. So I started to eat, more fruits and vegetables, and I started walking. And I saw a change. I started losing weight.
Great.
But then, it got to my head a little. And because I used to be like 60 pounds heavier than I am now.
Really?
Yes. So it got to my head.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
That's awesome.
It went to my head and I kind of like veered off of the path I was on. And now I'm at a point where I'm trying to get back in control.
Tell me what it went to my head is all about for you.
Well, because I started seeing changes, and I was like, well, I'm fine, I'm smaller, so I don't have to worry about it. But then I was like, it's more than just being smaller, it's being healthy also.
Yeah,
and I want to change my eating and get back into exercising, but I just need to push.
So now you're really talking about being healthy.
Yes.
And what's that mean? It isn't just, I accomplished, I got those 60 pounds out of here. That's a huge accomplishment. And certainly improving your health overall and, your chances of having a really great, healthy life. But you're also saying, okay, job's not done. How can I now really live a way that's going to continually improve my health? So, what it sounds like you were really effective in dropping that weight. You kind of know the how-to of it. What's it look like now in terms? Are you like backsliding into old habits, or what's the current situation?
Well, I love sweets and bread, and it's like, okay, I'm going to eat this potato today, and tomorrow, I won't, I'll skip a day and I won't do it. But then the next day I'm like, okay, I'm just eat these fries, and tomorrow, and I just continually do that. And when my best friend, she also was trying to lose weight, and at that time she was like, Lyndsey, let's do this together. And I was like, okay. And then I started messing up, but she continued to eat right, exercise, and I saw her progress, and it made me want to follow her path. And I started losing weight again. But now she moved, and I'm kind of like looking for someone else to help me to get back on the right path.
Yeah, so it really helped to have that support. Yeah, feel like you're not doing it alone. Yeah, that really worked well. Excellent. So it sounds like finding somebody is a key ingredient here. That connection is just as important as, diet and exercise. Those are important, but having that support really is important. Tell me about support in your life. Who supports you, not just emotionally in general, but who supports you in living this healthy lifestyle that you want to live?
My church supports me, my household supports me, and my friends support me. My mother and father, they encourage me to, eat right and things of that nature. And I kind of feel obligated to when I'm around them because my mother, she's a diabetic. And I care about her very much.
Sure.
And I don't want anything to happen to her.
Yeah.
And I know that if I begin to eat like I need to eat and exercise and do what it takes to lose weight, then maybe she'll follow my path like I did when my friend was doing what she needed to do.
Yeah.
Also, when my church is seeing progress, they encourage me to continue on in that fashion. So I try to use those things to, push myself to do what I need to do now.
Right.
But I think it's a lot of outside aspects that's, keeping me from doing what I need to do. As far as like schoolwork and stuff, like stresses. And I like to stay busy. But sometimes I find that I'm too busy, you know, especially like with singing and things of that nature.
Yeah. Let's talk about some of those outside stresses in just a minute. But just focusing on that support angle. It sounds like you've got a wonderful, supportive community around you. Church, friends, family, everybody is behind you. But what I heard you say earlier was when I had that one friend that was in the process with me, an actual walking, workout, eat right buddy, if we can, just call her a buddy.
Yeah.
That really made a lot of progress for you. Yeah, like I'm doing this together, we're kind of checking on each other. Were you able to even have like a little accountability with each other that way?
Yes, and it was easier with her than with a personal trainer because with them it was more of them forcing me, to do it. So I kind of would like skip out on sessions. Like I don't want to be forced to do anything today. So it was easier having her there. So we could just, she could just encourage me, and it's more of that than a force.
Right.
So.
Well, that's something that I find all my clients like. They like to be the one in charge. And I think what's cool about coaching is that you are the one in charge. You're the one behind the driver's wheel, the steering wheel. And as we work together, I want to be a source of support for you. I'm not going to go out and work out with you every week, but I'm going to be here for you to check in with me about how you're doing and to process it with me and to help you plan and all of that. I think that's just an important part of it is the support that we can have in the relationship. But it's also a key for you to consciously find the support you need outside. So you've got that community support, family support. What would it look like for you to pursue, find, discover somebody who could be your next buddy in that process? Somebody who's got the same kind of goals.
Just what skills would I look for in someone?
Yeah, well, just how could you go about finding someone like that? What would it take to locate them? I mean, find them in your life.
I honestly, sometimes I look for individuals who basically have the same goals as I do. And if they truly are motivated to do it. Because otherwise we're both going to fall flat. So I kind of want someone who, can be there with me. And really be a support system and not momentarily, just, for now and not, I don't hear from them again.
Okay. So you want reliability, dependability. That can help you trust them even more. Yeah. So how could you begin looking for someone like that?
I really like the aspect of the wellness coach because it's someone who, who's not going to force me to do anything. It's someone who I can, call on and they'll be there, to really help me think about what I'm going to do and
Right.
act on it and actually go through with it.
Right.
So that's why I really wanted to do that. I went to I've been to like counseling sessions and things like that, but I just stopped going, honestly. But
So it's not just about like analyzing your life. It's more like what you're talking about there with a coach, where you have a plan and you're creating this plan of what you want to do, and then having a way of checking in, being accountable to follow through and really get it done. And also to process, maybe, how do I work around, over, under, around, and through some of the barriers that come up.
right.
That kind of thing. Yeah. So, it sounds like that building that relationship, in our coaching is going to really be a first step, a really helpful part of it. Yeah. So you don't feel like you're doing this alone.
Right.
Because even it sounds like when you're surrounded by community that's cheering you on, there's a difference between cheering you on and really having an ally. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
So let me ask you this. If you were to envision the kind of life that you really want to live, where you really are healthy, like you're describing, and you're doing what gives you meaning and purpose in life, and your lifestyle is really the way you want it. And I'm not talking about 20 years from now. I'm talking about something you could almost get your hands on within a few years. And you were just living life the way you want to live it. What would that look like?
I would feel better on the inside, not so clogged. Outside, my clothes, the way I look in them, I would be more confident. I am confident, but I would be even more confident, and I feel like some of my nervousness would go away because I would, really feel like, I can do this. I think that it will be one thing I wouldn't be worried about anymore, so I can focus on some other aspects of my life, because it is very complex. It's not just about my weight. There's other, obstacles, but I always go back to that. And I kind of use that as an excuse for why, some of these other things aren't happening. So I feel like, if I was to lose weight, maybe I wouldn't look at physical training as a force, but I could see it for what it is, because I know that, it is something that helps you. And I would love to have, a physical trainer. But I guess right now, I just need that motivation, so I can, stop with the excuses and things of that nature. So I just see myself being, I'm already a positive person, but I see myself being even more of a positive person.
Excellent.
And someone that can maybe help other people get to where I am once I get there.
Yeah.
So.
Wow. That sounds fabulous.